Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the first time since season number 2 for the second race in season 5 of the Hot Wheels Cup Series here on the Arctic Fox Racing Network. Last time out, we saw Ryan Blaney pick up his first win in the Hot Wheels Cup Series since the very beginning at his very own track, Daytona International Speedway. It's sure to be an exciting race, and with only one more event before the in-season tournament begins, everything is riding on this race as the top 8 will compete for an additional 5 points to add to their score in the playoffs. Let's now take a look at our drivers to watch for today's race. Up first is the 9 car of Chase Elliott, who is your pole winner for today's race. He showed some fast pace in qualifying, and it's going to be interesting to see how that translates into race day. Starting alongside him will be the 20 of Christopher Bell, who missed out on the pole position by only 4/100ths of a second. With that kind of pace, it's almost certain for the number 20 to compete for the win in the closing stages of this race. And a little bit further back in the third row is Tyler Reddick. He'll be starting from the 5th position today. He was the fastest in second practice. Look for him to compete for a top 5 finish in the closing stages of this race. The last of our drivers to watch for are the 12, Ryan Blaney, your race 1 winner, transitioning from a super speedway to a short track. It's going to be interesting to see how he can adapt to these new conditions, as now we take a look at our Pertec starting grid. Chase Elliott lines up on pole position with Christopher Bell to his outside. And that's the 4 of Noah Gragson and the 41 of Cole Custer behind them. Row 3, we've got Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones, followed by Season 3 champion Kyle Larson and Jonathan Nemechek. Rounding at the top 10 is Josh Berry in the 21 and Ryan Blaney in the 12. Followed by Ty Gibbs in the 54 and AJ Allmendinger in the 16. And it's rookie Riley Herbst next to Darrell Wallace Jr. Row 8 sees Austin Cindric line up next to Chris Pusher. Then it's Denny Hamlin in the 11 and Shane Van Gisbergen in the 88. Rounding at the top 20 is Michael McDowell next to the defending champion Brad Keselowski, followed by William Byron and JJ Yeley. Then it's Austin Dillon in the 3 next to Chase Briscoe in the 19. Then it's Ryan Priest next to Alex Bowman in row 13. Row 14 sees Corey LaJoie line up next to Cody Ware. Then it's Todd Gilliland in the 34 next to Joey Logano in the 22, followed by Daniel Suarez and Zane Smith. In row 17 is Kyle Busch in the 8 and Justin Haley in the 7, followed by the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the 1 of Ross Chastain. And rounding off the grid is Carson Hocevar and Ty Dillon. Now the drivers begin to fire the engines and roll off to begin their pace laps as we take a look at our Microsoft race rundown. It's a 15-lap race around this half-mile track with 3 equal stages. Our last race here was back in season number 2, and the end of this race will determine the 8 competitors for our in-season tournament. A reminder that drivers must finish ahead of their opponents in order to move on to the next round. Now the pace car will peel off the pit road as the drivers come around turn 4 into the restart zone, take the green flag. We are racing once again here in the Thunder Valley, as Noah Gragson forces the 3 wide. He's up into the second position, challenging Christopher Bell for the lead. He's going to draw even and take the lead as he completes the first lap. Tyler Reddick up into the 3rd position, up into the 2nd now. He's going to try to challenge Noah Gragson for the lead. 2 laps down, and Tyler Reddick is trying to find a way around the 4 of Noah Gragson. He dives to the inside. Around 3 and 4, he'll take the lead as we come on to the second last lap of the stage. Down the backstretch they go. No, Tyler Reddick goes around contact with Noah Gragson. That'll bring out the yellow flag here on lap number 4. And heavy damage on the number 45. Here's the real-time replay. Looked like Noah Gragson tried to make a run down the backstretch. Tyler Reddick tried to throw an aggressive block. Didn't work out. He just spun himself right into the wall. On the slow motion replay, looks like Reddick tagged Noah Gragson's right front quarter. Before he's going to have to come down pit road to get some repairs. But that will end the stage under the yellow flag, as Noah Gragson will pick up the win. It's going to be Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, Riley Herbst, and Ty Gibbs all picking up stage points. And Noah Gragson picks up a playoff point to add to his score as well. Looks like Noah Gragson is going to come down pit road to give Kyle Larson the lead. Gragson will get a fresh set of tires and repairs the damage on the right front of his car. The damage doesn't look too bad, but it's definitely worth looking after, as he'll roll off at about 9th position. Now the drivers are going to come around turn 4, set the green flag. Stage 2 is about to begin, and Kyle Larson gets a good jump, but Riley Herbst gets up into the second position. He's going to challenge the Season 3 champion for the lead to the outside. He's not going to make it work. Austin Cindric up into the second position. Oh, aggressive block from Riley Herbst. So Austin Cindric gets to the inside. He's going to take the second position. Now we got trouble on the first stretch. It's Noah Gragson, Cole Custer, and Eric Jones as well. Our second caution of the day will fly on lap number 8. And as we look at the real-time replay, it looked like Noah Gragson tried to clear himself down low. Probably didn't know Cole Custer was there. Eric Jones, an innocent bystander, caught up in the mess. And here's another look in slow motion. Gragson probably didn't know Cole Custer was there. Maybe some spotted miscommunication. But it's still a tough run, especially for Noah Gragson. This is not a good impression to have after picking up a playoff point in the previous stage. You can see the safety team cleaning up the mess, as we'll restart with only one lap to go in stage number 2. Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric will lead us back to the green flag, as the drivers come around turns 3 and 4 into the restart zone to take the green and white flags. Stage 2 is about to come to an end as Riley Herbst takes the lead from Kyle Larson on the inside. He's going to have competition from Josh Berry. It's going to be Riley Herbst to pick up the win, and looks like Ryan Blaney will pick up the last stage point as Josh Berry tries to challenge for the lead. 4 laps to go now. Nemechek up into the second position. Now we got trouble on the backstretch. It's Bubba Wallace, Josh Berry, and Corey LaJoie as well. Caution will fly with only 4 laps remaining in the race. And a couple of front runners involved in this one. On the real-time replay, it looked like Corey LaJoie slid up the track into Bubba Wallace, and Josh Berry had nowhere to go. Great job by Kyle Larson to avoid it. And here's another look in slow motion. Looks like Corey LaJoie slid up the track, got into Bubba Wallace, and got into Josh Berry. Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher, all able to avoid down below. But it's a tough break for all 3 of these drivers. So this will trigger a 2-lap restart. A reminder of the conditions. If the white flag is thrown before the yellow, the next flag will end the race. If the yellow flag is thrown before the white, we'll re-rack and try again. As the drivers come around turns 3 and 4 to take the green flag for what could be the final time. 2 laps to go, and it's Riley Herbst taking the lead as Chris Buescher gets up into the second position, challenging for the lead as we come around to take the white flag. 1 lap to go. Buescher to the inside. He takes the lead off of turn number 2. Shane Van Gisbergen up into the picture as well. He's going to try to get to the second position, but up front it's going to be Chris Buescher to pick up his first career Hot Wheels Cup Series win here at Bristol. And we take a look at how he got it done. And he dove to the inside as the white flag was being waved, and he was able to carry that momentum all the way to the finish line to pick up his first career Hot Wheels Cup Series win. And he will get to burn it down in front of the fans. A win like this is definitely going to give him a much needed boost for the points. If we take a look at our race results, you see Shane Van Gisbergen coming home 3rd, AJ Allmendinger with a career best 4th place finish, Christopher Bell rounds out the top 5, followed by Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Daniel Spires with a strong finish, he comes home 9th, Denny Hamlin with a quiet day, he finishes 14th ahead of his teammate Ty Gibbs, and it's Carson Hocever 16th, Joey Logano rounds to the top 20. A rough day for a lot of these guys like William Byron, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Alex Wayman not having the days they were hoping for. Berry, LaJoie, Wallace, Gregson, Costa, Jones, and Reddick all DNFs. A lot of these drivers were looking for a stronger start to the season, but unfortunately fate has had other plans for them so far. We take a look at our point standings. Ryan Blaney, Shane Van Gisbergen, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Riley Herbst, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin are going to be your 8 competitors in the Hot Wheels Cup Series in-season tournament. And at the moment, Denny Hamlin holds the last playoff point with a 2-point advantage over Chase Elliott. When we take a look at our in-season tournament, you see the matchups here. Blaney will go up against Hamlin, Gibbs going up against Herbst, Gisbergen will go up against Kyle Busch, and Chris Bell will go up against Christopher Buescher. A reminder that each driver must finish ahead of their opponent in the next 3 races to move on. Race 5 will be the grand final, and the driver who finishes ahead of their opponent will gain 5 bonus points. So I hope you all enjoyed today's race from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again to Chris Buescher. Race 3 from Watkins Glen will be coming out really soon. I hope you all enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow all my socials. Links to my channel's description. because you won't want to miss a single lap of Hot Wheels Cup Series racing action. And until next time, I'm Arctic Fox, and I'll see you all at the finish line. Stay frosty.